clap. Make the cheeks clap. 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 Clap.
Do you want to know what it's like? How it feels behind the wheel. On the most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat.
CCRL, your place for F1 23.
Hello race fans, Dresden here. Welcome back to another night with CCRL. It is CCRL versus Limitless. This is round 2 of the 3-round tournament that we're putting on. The first weekend was a doozy, and we're looking for another good one tonight, I'm hoping. With me in the commentary box, as always, is Trackside. How you doing, bud?
Hey, what's going on, Drez? Yeah, I'm excited to be here tonight. We've got 2 iconic tracks ahead of us in Silverstone and Spa. So the latter of the 2 being a very long lap. So I think that one may give our guys a little bit of trouble tonight, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, Spa is definitely going to be a challenge, I think. And plus his Limitless's time trial time is, I think that's the largest gap on any. I mean, of course, because Spa is like the longest track, right? So, you know, his ability to drive can show itself a little bit more over a lap, but 1.3 seconds in hand is going to be tough to overcome, I think, in Spa. What do you think?
And that's one of our, not everyone obviously in the in our league here has got a time trial time on the board, but so we're kind of grasping at straws a little bit on these times, but for sure we know Limitless's time, and we know it's going to be, a mile ahead of what our guys have been doing. So yeah, we'll have to see what kind of pace. I know they've been practicing, so hopefully those time trial times have maybe expired or just not representative for today.
Yeah. Conversely, I feel good about Silverstone, almost as good as I felt about Austria. I feel like we might have a chance at Silverstone. It's difficult to pass. It's one of those tracks where everybody's pretty nailed down. So I'm hoping maybe we can slow Limitless enough for one of our guys to win in Silverstone this week.
Yeah, and if you were with us last week, we appreciate you coming back. You'll know that last week we were in the player-created liveries for last week. This week everyone's going to be in constructor cars. We'll be missing a couple people from last week. Angry Walrus and Pontiac Bandit will both be out tonight. Feeney is filling in for Walrus, and Shashir will be filling in for Pontiac. And then we've also got Dutch Verstappen is a little under the weather tonight as well. So we are we're one bullet shy of us of having a full magazine here tonight too for Limitless.
One bullet shy. Yeah, I like those substitutes, man. Walrus feels like he slips in well, and Shashir, it just feels like the right level of skill substituting. You know what I mean? So I kind of like that. But man, I do want to see a CCRL guy win tonight. Blockman has come over because he really wanted to be in the tournament, but he doesn't race with CCRL, so I'm kind of rooting for him. But I kind of want to see one of my favorites take the checkered flag tonight, and I got my fingers crossed for that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the old saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but we'd love to have some CCRL guys taking home the purse, that's for sure.
Yeah, with a lot of money on the line. It's $650 for first place, 500 or something for second, and 400. It's very the podium places pay out a lot of cash, and you want to see one of the hometown favorites get up there first or second.
Absolutely.
We're hoping. Yeah, as a matter of fact, let's take a look at the point spread from last weekend.
Yeah, so we'll bring up the point spread here. This is after 2 rounds, so we're a third of the way into this tournament. We're going to get 2 races underway tonight, and then we've got 2 races next week as well. But after last week, Blockman, the guy who has come over into the league for this tournament, is tied at the top with Limitless, both sitting at 44 points. They split wins last week. Blockman in Vegas and Limitless at Austria. They both have seconds, and they both have fastest laps. So that's how they've arrived at 44 points tied. One of our homegrowns just behind them, NLC, tied for 4th with Leipzig at 27 points. They both on the podium last week as well. And then we've got Z-Milk and John the Prince there behind, pretty close all throughout, all the way down points, all the way to 15th. So we'll see after this week if there's any major shakeup, which I'm hoping there is in this table.
So my favorite part of last week was when NLC was holding about a 5-second gap for a few laps, and you just thought that maybe he was going to hold out for the win. But it ended up ending a little bit tragically, but that moment right there where it gave you something to pull for. That David versus Goliath moment that you're always hoping for, for CCRL to pull it out, and I think that might have been my favorite moment from last week. You have any moments that really stick out for you?
Oh man, it's got to be John the Prince getting that pass on Limitless. I mean, he got overtaken into one DRS zone, but he stuck with it, and then that next DRS zone, I believe it was in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. He got right back in front of Limitless, did a great job. So I think that's kind of one of the major things sticking out in my mind.
It counts.
It
man,
absolutely
it
counts. And you don't need any
Take it.
context from the lap before. Like that
Yeah.
clip is going on your greatest hits album. So
And that was fun to it was fun to poke through like the stats and everything, and you really do you see just how good Limitless really is compared to everybody else on the grid. Those stats really show themselves. But there was an interesting one from Austria, right?
yes, yeah.
Involving
Yep.
Leipzig.
So taking a look, we've gotten some really awesome stats from Bongit recently. He's using some kind of new. He's got one of those new Fandangle computer things, Drez. Yeah, that's what my grandma would say. But no, he's got this really cool model, and it shows us the consistency rating, attack rating, defense rating after every race. So one thing that really caught my eye was Leipzig in Austria. We know that's one of his tracks, right? He's very good in Austria, but his consistency rating topped that of everyone, to include Limitless, on the track. That during that race, he was his average difference in pace per lap was 0.179, which is a really fine margin to be able to be that consistent over that many laps. So that was one of the things that really stuck out to me. And hopefully he can carry some of that consistency over tonight. Spa will be somewhere where a consistency rating like that can come in very handy.
Yeah, just getting your best lap. I hope it's a little cleaner tonight. Like I hope the nerves are a little bit less than they were. And it's two tracks that we know well, right? It's not like Vegas was just brand new for, well, I mean, for pretty much everybody, even Limitless saying he didn't really have as much time on it to be as comfortable as he wanted to be. But Silverstone and Spa, everybody knows. So, and we're going to get through La Source just fine, and then I think we're in good shape.
Yeah, it could get a little dicey.
Right.
And that was one thing that really impressed me with Limitless last week was he knew exactly when to kind of poke a nose in. You know, he was the victim a couple times of circumstance, I think, but starting in the back and trying to fight your way through traffic, you really got to pick your battles and know how much pace you got in hand to be able to sit behind somebody or to kind of hurry up and get a move on.
And damage is on standard, right?
Yeah.
It's not a no damage race. If you get taken out, you get taken out. And man, I speculated that that Limitless would just kind of hang back through turn one and then just start picking people off one by one, but that was not the case.
No,
at
I
all.
think in Vegas he picked up like
elbows out.
8 positions or something in the first or
Yeah.
couple laps maybe.
Well, those starts too, right? Like he's gunning it off the line, and it just seems like he's moving before any of the other cars realize the lights are off. You know what I mean? The starts are so fast, so that's a big weapon to not take advantage of. Just the other side of that coin is you're racing workaday guys, and everybody's excited, and there's a lot of money on the line. People want to win, and so it can get pretty crazy into turn one. That's just the way it is. But yeah, we'll see.
Did you catch the race today, Drez?
Don't talk about it yet. No, don't talk about it
Okay.
yet. I've been doing chores all morning.
Well, yeah. I'll let you watch it.
Yeah, is it? Oh no, I don't even want to hear anything. I haven't I'm gonna watch free practice 3, qualifying, and the
You're that
race
far behind?
probably as soon as yeah. Kind of. I almost always am because we don't do casting on Sunday, and I usually save everything for Sunday nights. Right, I can sit back, have a beer, and just kind of like have a whole afternoon of racing. But the trick is you can't I can't play on my phone.
No, because
You know what I mean?
social
'Cause I'll get on
media
the phone-
will ruin it for you.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, yeah, it will. Yeah, we gotta be careful. Like I scroll. I don't have a Facebook account, but I play on Reddit, And yeah, I have to remind myself on race weekends. So like the whole weekend, I just stay away from my
Yeah,
phone.
you got to.
Um, yeah, yeah. It's probably healthier for me than taking a break from your phone every once in a while is probably good for you. Man, I really feel like Silverstone, we got a chance in Silverstone. It's difficult to pass, right? Everyone's pretty locked into Silverstone. We always have good fun races there. Um, so I really kind of feel like one of our guys is going to be able to take down. But on the other side, on the other side of this coin, they're like, uh, hang on, make sure I'm in spectator. I got the message there about ready to go. But the other side of that coin, oh, I lost my train of thought. I had like a whole second part to that. the, the message on my phone completely threw
It's
me
hard to
off.
pass.
Well, I tell you
Where are
what,
you going?
yeah, it's hard. Oh, that's right. It's hard to pass, but there's two really strong competitors. Blockman, he definitely is good, and of course Limitless. So it's gonna be tough, but I really hope we can pull it out tonight. I want to see some CCRL blood on the top podium.
Absolutely, yeah. Blockman. If I had to pick a podium, I guess for Silverstone, it'd probably be. Oh, man, I don't know. Actually, I mean, Blockman's going to be on there.
Yeah.
Maybe Z Milk and Limitless. My
See
prediction.
Limitless. That's a good one. That's a good one. I want to put Reimer. Here's what I'm going. I'm going Reimer first. Reimer first. Blockman second. Limitless third. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Let's go, Reimer. Yeah, I put you on the spot, bud. You better not wreck. All right. Well, they're heading in, so we might as well.
We're.
Oh, are we doing a transit? No, we're not.
No,
doing a transit.
because
We're just going straight into
we're
qualifying.
going straight in.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I don't remember. I haven't watched that race, so no spoilers.
I'll try not to. I'll try not to spoil it.
It sounds like it was a good one, though. You can tell me that.
No, I'm not going to tell you that either.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I'd rather not know. I prefer. I really love surprises, man. and anytime it's a race weekend and I forget and I'm scrolling and all of a sudden 1, 2, 3, it tells you who's on the podium. It just was this crushing feeling. You know what I mean? Like the whole experience.
It's ruined. Yeah. So we've got a full, not a full qualifying session, but a full Q1 here for the next 17 minutes.
Yeah, so we're back in the constructors. I'm a little sad about that, but there was some concern, it seems, about knowing who your partner was for pit strategies. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I can understand.
Man, I did like delivery. So let's find a lap. Who's gonna be fast today? Maybe we take a ride with Bong It. See how he's faring. 18. We still seem to be missing one. I know we're going to be short one.
Yeah.
Because Dutch is under the weather.
I wonder who it is.
Yeah, we're short one. Yeah, I'm gonna ride around with Bong It. We'll get this hot lap started. It's a shame that Limitless can't qualify with us. I think that would be.
And just see what his time would be.
Yeah. I mean, we can compare the time trial time, but it's not really the same. Doesn't feel the same. Plus, man, I'd hate to have to just sit in the pit lane, right?
He's probably having a grilled cheese sandwich right now, if I had to guess.
Yeah, he's probably having a grilled. Speaking of, my wife brought me one, and now I gotta sit here and smell it this whole
Oh,
time.
man.
I don't think I could eat on the air. I have some standards of professionalism. Bong, it is hot and looking good as he comes through the loop right now.
Can't tell who we got out in the Haas, but they've done a pirouette at the start-finish line.
Haas. It could be
I think it's got to be
Hemphead
Hemphead.
or Coma. Yeah. Bonnet's looking good as he comes around here. Woodcote heading down to Copes. Cops. Man, I was so happy with Silverstone and Spa because I didn't have to memorize anything, and all of a sudden I'm like, can't remember the turn names. Sure, for Vegas, I was like, oh, new track, yes, but then you got to memorize,
Yeah.
right?
It's a new track to memorize.
Yeah. It takes a while. I hope I hope people appreciate that because it actually, like, a 26.5, man, 25.5 from Blockman. That's a good time.
What did we
Pong
say
across the line.
Limitless's time was? A 24/7.
Yeah,
So he's still
I think that's
still
what it
almost a
was.
second off the pace.
24/7. It's just
That's
so
yeah.
quick.
Alien speed.
I mean, you have, there's something special in like just pushing the car all the way to the edge of what it's possible to do, and then staying there lap after lap without, spinning out. It's crazy good. Looks like Bonget and Curveball are putting in some practice laps. Bonget is on the mediums, actually. I think he's just getting himself dialed in right now. We have Z-Milk on the board at 26.3. NLC also pretty quick for CCRL 26.4, and Reimer's there in fourth.
Yep, Reimer just completed that lap. Looking to see who else we can jump on board with. Leisig looks like he may be on a flyer. Oh, he just
crossed. A good time there. 26.1. Leisig feels prepared for these, right? I coming in like nailing times. Usually Leisig feels like he's a little further back in the qualifying session and then just makes it up through the race.
Yeah.
But today, right there in second.
already putting a solid time up.
Yeah. Yeah, usually like sights in, you know what I mean? Like the first bullet is off to the side and then it kind of gets closer and closer, but already sighted in is Guzman tonight. That's the great thing about an event like this. Like people, they really do want to see how they stack up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a it's something you can hang your hat on at the end of the day because a lot of these guys, are here for the competition, and it's a good thing to, it's something to work towards at the end of the week, and I can understand that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to. What have we've been doing this for almost a year now, right? And so every week there's some practice time that goes in. Like it's just a big part of your life, and even these times, right? like I made that joke earlier. We're workaday drivers, right? And the grid's a workaday, right? It's not a professional grid,
Yeah.
but there is a level of what's the word I'm looking for? Like the heart of competition is still there, and everybody who loves racing, that pushing your best against everybody else's best, that feeling is still there. And man, we look locked in here. 26-1, 26-3, 26-4, all the best guys up there at the top, man, putting their best on tonight.
It looks like we've got everyone's coming back out for another out lap. I'm on board with NLC. I kind of think he might have a little something to get closer to Blockman here.
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. Blockman's 25.5, very quick right now. He's 0.6 faster than Leisig. So we want to see that close up a little bit. So NLC will start his hat lap soon. And we're just hoping that our midfield back markers, they keep Limitless behind him as much as as long as they can, because I think if one of our guys takes second or first place overall in the tournament, that they should just pick a back marker and probably split the money, right? Because there's no way, because it's a team effort to get to push one of our guys up to the front, I think is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you need a Sergio Perez on your team.
Yeah, we need about 10 Sergios. That's what we need in this race. So I hope it. I really do. Silverstone feels like our best chance. I forget what the last two. Do you remember what the last two races are?
I just looked. Hold on, I'll get that answer for you.
Okay.
Japan and Austin.
Ooh, yeah. Austin, there's no way. There's so many. It's so easy to get passes done in Austin. It's like clockwork.
Well,
right?
I mean,
at least compared to Silverstone.
You can get two a lap, yeah, if you're really on it.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 a lap without even taking any risks, I feel like, right?
One into turn 1 and then one into turn 9, is it?
Oh man. Oh, I think it's more than that.
Hold on,
I think it's
I'll
11.
Look. I wanted to say 11, but then that didn't sound right.
Yeah, 11. I'm betting 11. Maybe it's 10.
Oh, I don't have it up right now. I'm going to have to do, this is going to take some sleuthing. Give me a second.
Okay. NLC looks good. I missed the Sector 3 time. Trying to think about Austin.
It's turn 12.
I do. Turn 12. It's into turn 12. Yeah. So 11's the one you got to beat. And NLC does take a big step forward. You're absolutely right. There may be some rubbering in on the track, but NLC finds a little less than 4/10 and moves up to 26 flat.
Yeah, NLC is one of those guys who you slowly kind of see him work up in a session.
Yeah. Yeah, gets sighted in. Let's see what's Guzman doing. He's on a hot lap. Let's see if he can respond here. This Sector 1 time coming up shortly. As we head down to Wellington. Got about a 10th in hand, a little faster this route. Purple Sector 1 for him.
Yeah, fastest overall through that first sector.
Yeah. And everybody has times on the board. Though the backfield, it is a bit more spread out than it usually is. A lot of people still getting used to 23.
Yeah.
I
think. It's a learning curve, that's for sure, based on,
Yeah.
I mean, 22 didn't really change much all the way back through like 18. So you kind of had some solid ground to stand on moving game to game. And I think there's going to be a major change next year as well when we go into 24, based on them creating a whole new game engine. So could be another topsy-turvy year next year as well.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they recognize F1's growing popularity. Oh, yeah. Yes. Leipzig. 25-5 into first place. Guzman finding a lot of time on that lap. That was sexy. I was thinking about the next game, and what I was saying was I hope they recognize its rising popularity in America, and they're gonna like just really invest in the physics, and try to get it really up to
Yeah, I
par.
mean, it's not a bad game. I mean, as far as simulations go, it's up there with the best. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, it's always felt good to drive to me.
Yeah.
We do have a retirement. Feeney, 27 flat, is out. Guzman, that is a big step forward for him. I'm pretty happy about that. Blockman's got to be thinking about getting back out there. We've only got 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Barney is on the track right now. We'll ride around with the Alfa Romeo. Action 9.
Barney was one of those guys, super quick when I took over commentating with you earlier this year, and he's one of those guys that moved to a wheel. I want to say towards the end of last season, and I think him doing that before the new game came out, giving him a little bit of a leg up on those guys who maybe made the switch in the off season.
Yeah, it definitely has. He's been in a kind of a slump lately, has Barney. We were like, there was a period at the beginning of season 2 where it looked like Barney versus Leipzig was the big story.
Yep.
But some tragic, big, like, drool, as we say that too, just losing the little bit of snap of oversteer there for Barney as we were heading through Village, and couldn't get it under control as we got to the loop. But yeah, I mean, I think maybe the switch to controller or to wheel and just learning everything over again, because it's a pretty big, like, you just got to learn everything over again, especially if you've spent a couple years on the controller.
Yeah.
Wheel feels so different.
And if you're not using like some sort of hydraulic or force feedback pedals, that can be almost even harder than using a controller.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. It's crazy how good the controller can be. Like, I just keep thinking about Gran Turismo 3 and how good the cars feel now.
Yeah.
like it was a video game back then. It's a physics simulation now, and it's pretty impressive. We got to get on board with Blockman, I think. He's got a lot of traffic ahead of him, but can he answer? He's 4 hundredths now behind Leipzig.
Yeah, him and NLC had a moment just a moment ago. As NLC was on his flying lap, he came upon Blockman there through Village, facing the wrong direction, and now they've both kind of backed out a little bit, but. It was an interesting, I'm not sure what happened there, but...
Well, I hope these tires are still in good shape. And he's definitely letting plenty of traffic through. Guzman out also. 1 minute and 15 remains. But there, man, that gap between Guzman, Blockman, and the rest of the field's pretty hefty.
Yeah, half a second between those two back to third.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising, but Usually there's a lot of parity between NLC and Reimer, and we could be seeing that the track is very much rubbering in as well. So let's look for a bunch of times to be improving on this last and final attempt here. Blockman coming around Club. He's going to try to take pole position back.
We'll keep an eye on his sector times as he goes through.
Oh man, just kissing the curb there. Got all the... Looks good around loop 2. Sector 1 time coming up shortly. Whoa, almost a tenth and a half just in Sector 1. Blockman will improve this lap.
He's got to be careful not to use all of those tires in the first part of this lap. He's got to save a little bit for Cops and that chicane before he gets to the finish line.
Yeah. So Guzman is about 4 cars behind Blockman, and the battle for pole position here looked fairly steady through Maggots and Beckett. Still 2.5 tenths down as we come through Sector 2, throwing it into Stowe. There's cars comfortably out of the way. Got the entry into Vale, or into Club. On the gas around the corner. Gonna improve here at almost 4 tenths. It's a 25-2. We'll jump back to Guzman. Does not look like he's improving. Who's next across the line? I think it's Sea Milk. Oh, looking a little rough through Vale. Does not improve. Next is going to be Reimer. He's coming around the final corner now. He does improve, but only moves up a little bit into 4th place. Guzman also is finished. Anybody else still hot?
Nope. That's everybody done or in the pits.
Blockman does, and Leisig did improve again that last lap. He found another tenth, but Blockman found almost 4 tenths. So it will be Blockman on pole. Leisig is not very far behind, 2.5 tenths back with a 25-4. They're the only two managing to get into the 25s. And so a huge parity even among, or a huge spread even among CCRL guys is usually very compact, but Leisig has brought his A game here tonight with that 25-4.
Yeah, he's right on pace with Blockman, but he is miles away from any other CCRL member at the moment.
Yeah, and that's not, we don't usually see that. So Leisig, man, wants the win here tonight, has practice. Behind him, it's NLC and Reimer on the second row. They're about 8 tenths back with 26 flats. Then comes Z-Milk and Curveball, their third row, 1.1, 1.2 behind pole. And then it's Shiesty, Merck, fourth row, Bong It, Barney, that's your fifth row. And only 18 on grid. That I wish we had the extra 2 to slow Limitless down just a little bit more. But man, Guzman looking like he's going to be carrying the CCRL flag for us. So keep my fingers crossed.
Yep, fingers crossed. And for sure, it's going to be it's going to be a wet one, Drez.
That's good for us.
Is it?
I think it's good for us, right? Well, I don't know how good Limitless is in the rain. It's probably terrible for us. But it's hard to pass with DRS assist here, and people are pretty consistent in Silverstone. It's got to be net good for us, I bet.
I don't know. I tend to see that when there is a wet race, the intervals between the front of the pack and the back of the pack are exaggerated. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It could give, it could, his pace over us, he had a 24/7. So over, he had about a 5/10 gap in the dry, according to his time trial time. So, but his time in the wet might be significantly
Yeah,
higher than that.
it's this is the animal kingdom, and Limitless is a lion.
Yeah.
I think our defense as a as a herd in numbers is better, right? When we're bunched up together.
Yeah, we don't want to see spread. We want to keep our, yeah. If he's a lion, then we're a pack of hyenas, all right, and we need to stay together as a pack. Make it difficult for him to get through. It's going to be a tough one, and there's no formation lap, so we need to get settled in here. The race here in Silverstone in the wet will commence almost immediately.
Yeah, we're probably a minute and a half out at this point. There'll be no formation lap still. We're still waiting on an update in the game for that glitch currently. But we'll, as soon as they're done forming their strategies, which there's probably gonna be very little strategy to do at this point, right? You're gonna throw those enters on. Looks like enters weather and wait for that dry line to form before you come in. So, SP in the chat right now saying pray for us.
We do want to, we do. I think we'll settle down this week. I mean, everyone's starstruck, the last week for the first time. But I think when you get it out of your system the first week, I think we'll settle down and have what we normally see for CCRL. And honestly, the Austria event was really good. It was the new track. I'm not worried about it. I still think it was a fun event all the way through.
Oh yeah.
But man, good luck CCRL, and let's keep our eye on Leipzig. If he can win that battle down into the first corner, it'll be pretty pivotal. Here we go. It is 1, 2, 3. Here we go. I'm on board with Reimer. The McLaren does not appear to be off the line very well. In fact, we'll have to fight with NLC as NLC makes the move into second place. It's Blockman from NLC, from Guzman, from Z-Milk. Oh, and we've got some trouble. It's Reimer spun around into after farm and having trouble getting back on the track.
Yeah, Limitless already up to 9th now through that first few sections of track.
Yeah, and into Brooklyn's now on the inside of his partner Feeney, and does take the place now into 8th. Just up ahead, the Alfa Romeos are side by side as Barney attempting to go around the outside of Lovefield, but falls back. Shiesty in 6th place. Oh man. So I'm action 8 because we're gonna try to get a feel. This is a fairly solid drivers just ahead of him, and we're in the wet here, so we're just gonna see if it's gonna be a challenge. 13 laps to survive for CCRL. I really hope the rain's gonna play to our advantage. Will he send? He does send Limitless on the inside of Barney through Stowe, a kind of a deeper send, and now sending into Vale on the other. No, but Shiesty fighting him off, but the switchback done and through Club.
That was pretty.
It was pretty, but both Alfa Romeos passed, and it only took about 4 turns to get done. Next up, it's Curveball gonna try to slow Limitless down. Up at the front, Blockman has a 1-second lead over NLC, who has Leipzig just crawling all over him, and then it's a little bit of a spread between Curveball Merc back to Limitless, who is already in 6th place.
Yeah, I thought Leipzig might go for the pass there into Brooklands. He was all over the back of NLC, but maybe thought better of it.
Okay. Oh, a bit twitchy man, was Limitless getting the gas down out of Luffield, but does get it back under control. 0.7 behind Curveball. We are getting the kind of spread we expect in the rain. No DRS to help keep things close. But NLC kind of keeping up there with Blockman up in the front.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job of sticking with Blockman.
Yeah, good to see there.
And we've only got 13 laps in this race. I don't know if we're going to get a dry line race.
Yeah, it does. It is definitely still raining. So it may be enters all the way through. And they do not need to pit. Once you're on a wet tire, you can be done. Now, good for us. Curveball managing to keep the gap pretty similar. It was, well, no, coming here around down the Wellington is suddenly very, very close. But it was 0.6 for most of that lap. Now 0.2 as we head around Luffield. Can Curveball get the power down? Certainly, I'm sure Limitless won't try a side-by-side through cops in the
Oh,
wet,
that's legend status if he can do that.
We don't want that. Curveball keeping him behind now. It's officially one full lap. 0.2 as we exit out of Chapel onto Stowe. We're going to see probably a send here. Curveball taking the outside line, taking the inside and deep again on the brakes. Just under braking, able to squeeze his car well ahead of Curveball. It's all under braking there.
And that's impressive. Like, of course, you know, any other overtake is probably going to be under braking unless it's a DRS pass. But in the wet, on the brakes, that is impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, all on brakes. And he knows it. And you can see him just lining up. It's like he just knows he can use this brake better. Now Merck has a chance. Oh, sneaking a wheel in around loop. Got alongside. Now we're side by side through Aintree, but into third and making it look easy. Limitless now. Lap 4 has NLC and Blockman. What happened to Leipzig?
Yeah, as we came through the loop and arena, Leipzig was on the inside there, just outside of Aintree. I'm not sure what happened, but saw him recovering back onto the track.
Oh, painful. It being that locked in, and now one of our best to spin and out of competition here. So, man, it's almost like a repeat at the end of Vegas. Yeah. Blockman and NLC got a little bit of a lead on Limitless, but 9 laps, they've got to hold them off.
Same 3 players here with 10 to go in Great Britain.
Oh, man. You know that spin.
Yeah, and Jake.
I'm action 8.
Go ahead.
I'm action 8 with Coma as he's thinking about a send around the outside of Stowe. Now a switchback and got the better exit. They'll be side by side into Club. Shiesty's still ahead. Coma probably didn't get the exit he wanted through that chicane. Will follow. Oh no! Gets it sideways, clipping the sausage curb, I think. Now Coleman's gonna fall way back.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Oh.
So back up to Limitless. Limitless now 3.4 behind. What happened there?
Well, I think it was the Delta. We're under a VSC.
Virtual.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Yeah. Now he's actually two and some change.
Okay. Okay. No drive-through penalties. NLC, let's go. Nothing silly like that. We want to I want to see Limitless have to fight for the last two passes here.
So we got Jake F in the chat. Hey, we appreciate you being here, coming to watch this event. He's asking how many races are these tournaments throughout the season. Well, this particular tournament is 6 races over 3 different days. We did our first 2 races last week. We're doing 2 races today, and then 2 races next week. So join us again next week. We've got another race after this today.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's Blockman and Limitless currently tied for first place. But okay, so we're live again, and it's a 3-second gap. So this gap has not come down at least for about a lap and a half, and in fact has grown a little bit because I think it was down to 2.4.
Yeah, at the start of that VSC, he was at 2.6, so he's lost it.
Oh, a big spin from Limitless. I think he's pulled a wing off. He's damaged the front wing. It's not off. That is huge.
Yep, he's got right end plate damage on the front of that Aston Martin, and that is a huge reprieve to everyone in this tournament.
Man, a big deal. And with only 6 races, every spin you're gonna remember it at the end of the tournament, and that one right there was a pretty big
So what happens now? Does he come in to replace that wing dreads with only 7 laps to go?
You know what? I'm just gonna watch this to see if he makes up any time on Feeney this lap. 2.93 seconds now. If SP starts hounding him from behind, then yeah, he's just gonna lose places.
Oh man!
You'd think he would have to.
This blows it wide open.
Yeah, wide open. Up at the front now, Blockman is eking out on NLC. He's 2 seconds ahead. NLC definitely pulling ahead of the rest of the midfield that's left. It looks like Z-Milk and Leisig and Reimer all just kind of struggling here, which is surprising. But it is SP, Reimer, and Guzman now behind, and I think we're gonna get a SP sticking. He's thinking about it. Did he stick a nose in? Is he passed?
And
no, he's just fighting.
There goes Limitless.
Reimer.
He's in the pits.
Oh man. There's no way he can win from here. I mean, he's fascinatingly good, but this is too much to overcome. Has to be too much to overcome. So let's find another battle. Let's go Action 6. Reimer and SP battling over 5th place. Oh man, I wish Leisig was up there fighting with Blockman right now. That's been just painful.
And that kind of verifies what is going on. You know, like Limitless is a great driver, and if he's having trouble in these conditions, you know, it's understandable. Our drivers, are going to feel the pain as well.
Oh yeah, it's slippery out there, and it's the exact same spot. We've seen now 3 spins there. Everyone coming through club. Reimer's got a really good exit. He is gonna stick a wheel in here. Turns in a bit early and has to get on the gas, but SP is wide and falling behind. It's gonna be Reimer ahead into Maggots and Beckett's. A very brave, nail-biting pass there. Can SP fight back?
Wow.
You cringe every time we're side by side in the cops. You just don't want it to happen.
Urban and Shiesty, the Mercedes just behind this one in the background there, going at it as well.
Yeah, a little jump back there. It does look like Reimer's gonna conceal deep. Is Shiesty, and now Guzman is through. And I think Urban found his way through as well. Shiesty just missing the breaking point into that chicane. Oh, and now a bit wide. I'm still watching Shiesty. He's struggling here in the wedge. Let's head back up. Action 6. SP kind of wants that place back. good to see SP back up battling for top 5 here, and it feels like 23 is has slowed him down a little bit.
Yeah, he had a really good run of form there to end season 2 of our elite tier, and then since the off season, he's had a little bit of trouble, but it looks like he's found his footing again.
As we say that, though, it's Guzman with the exit out of left field that's really strong and ahead before Cops. SP falls back to 7th. Guzman, he looks very, very quick here in Silverstone. He's absolutely locked in.
Yeah, he does. He's hunting right now. I think once he gets to Reimer, that might be the last position he's going to be able to do on track today. That's not enough time up to the front.
Yeah, it's 4 laps remain, but we'll get a good battle here between Leisig and Reimer. But for those who don't know the grid really well, usually Guzman, who we refer to as Leisig as well, he's usually very tied with guys like Reimer, SP, NLC. He's got the same kind of pace as them. But here tonight, in this battle versus Limitless, he brought an extra gear, and it's showing because he's chasing Reimer down pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch these guys, but Guzman has shifted into another gear tonight.
Yeah, Limitless is back there trying. I love that. They just put up fastest laps and gained 4 seconds that lap on number 14 Agnote.
Let's go back and take a look real quick with Agnote and Limitless.
Yeah, so 5.3. He's catching him very quick. He'll be on him very shortly.
Agnote probably watching that timing screen and wants to make his way around Bong it as a form of defense.
He's been battling with the Ferrari, it looks like. 4.0, you see that number coming down so quickly. 3.4, 3.3. It's just Limitless gonna be in his rearview mirror very soon.
Oh, Blockman having some issues. He's come into the pits and now NLC is leading.
Yeah, into the pits, but I'm not sure why. There's 3 minutes left, or 3 laps left. He's on enters. Okay.
A drive-through.
I was gonna say I was gonna say that his wing looks fine, but maybe he got it replaced.
Huh.
It must have been a wing. He must have chipped it on something.
Very interesting.
Because there's no reason to pit right now. Not that I can see.
So,
but that's good for us. That puts a CCRL home team guy in first place, NLC, with a 3.2 second lead and 2.5 laps to go.
I think if NLC can eke this thing out over the next 3 laps, he should be 6 or 7 points ahead going into this next race in Spa.
That'd be fantastic. Limitless now through on Agnote, now has Bongit ahead. He is trying to get back into the points here. Now through Bongit as well. Very quick there. But 9 seconds of work to do before he finds his way to 11th. It'll be impressive just to make it back to the points at this point.
Oh, yeah.
NLC leads in Silverstone. And Merck having a good race, man. 2nd place for him. Let's go.
That's the driver formerly known as Merkest, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. He's quick too, but all right, I'm gonna go action 5. We'll try to catch this fight. Guzman has been following, but now, getting a little sideways there. And, man, Feeney just wide, and now through goes Reimer and Guzman, both of them taking advantage of the Aston Martin. as he just went a little off the line.
So Guzman falling all the way back to, I think it was 14th or 13th after that early spin, has now made his way back up to 4th and in contention for a podium still.
Yeah, he's got Reimer in his sights. Though the two of them, I don't think they'll be catching Merck, who has been very solid, only 2.7 behind the very quick NLC.
And Blockman now on fresh tires and a new wing, already back up to 5th and catching Guzman.
Man, Limitless had 10 seconds to catch. It was Shashir. No, Shashir has spun. And he's on the back of Shiesty already.
And both with penalties, he may get points yet.
Yeah, he's through. He's already into 10th. Man, I should not doubt quite so much. I really thought he was gonna come away with no points, man. I was gearing up for that storyline. Reimer finds the second gear here near the end. He's 1.4 now, and Blockman also has really improved his position as well. Let's go Action 5. Looks like we're going to see a pass. Blockman on new boots. And definitely shows down the Wellington. Through into 4th.
Yeah.
Guzman falls back.
No
into
fight
5th.
on that pass.
Oh, and Merck has had some trouble and now falls all the way back into 5th. Blockman back on the podium. I don't think NLC was happy to see that. But now Blockman's got Reimer ahead, Guzman behind, and 6.5 seconds to NLC, who looks very solid for the win right now. Limitless, 6 seconds in 9th, has Curveball ahead. Can probably get into 8th, even without the pass, because Curveball there in 8th is sitting on a penalty.
Moved up to NLC to see he's lost 2 seconds to Reimer and just it's just ticking down. I'm not sure if he's got a problem or if he's just driving very cautiously, but
could be nerves. Just wants to hold on. Wow, Blockman on the outside's got a wheel in. They're gonna be side by side through. Abbey is getting ushered to the edge by a little wheel banging as they come through Farm. Still side by side. Reimer's got the inside line, but quick and deep on the brakes is Blockman. And now there must be something wrong with NLC's car, because what has happened there? NLC is now falling back. Is he have a puncture?
I can't see anything that's particularly wrong.
Those tires don't seem to have any tread on them at all. Man, I am just shocked that inners can't go 13
Now
laps.
Shashir in the chat saying he had a puncture.
Oh man.
So where are these punctures coming from?
So I'm looking at NLC's tires and they look bald. I think he's just struggling with tire wear. Blockman has made the right choice. We were completely out of the ballpark here. Very surprised that intermediates do not go 13 laps in Silverstone. Even on 25%, you would have thought.
Yeah, you would have thought
they make it all the way.
Yeah, they could make it the entire way. I am very surprised. And that's why that's why Blockman pitted.
Meanwhile, Limitless, 4th place. Blockman does get the final pass done on the final lap, all the way back into 1st place. A beautiful move. And Limitless just breezes by a struggling Guzman and into 4th place. Limitless back into 4th after a spin that required a wing. And Blockman showing that he knows more than the commentators. A good pit, and it pays off in the end. He just squeaks by for the win here in Silverstone.
Wow. What is up with these tires?
Man. Oh, I'm frustrated right now.
That is crazy. I've not seen anything like this since I've been commentating.
Yeah, well, if you, that's what happens. I don't have time to go and like drive and learn all the new ins and outs, and I just learn them on the fly. And man, we learned something big there. And it really, NLC's tires just completely off the cliff.
Okay.
He just was falling
So,
back.
drivers with a puncture: SP, Feeney, NLC, Merck, Guzman.
Wow. So basically, everybody was stretching tires too far.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm going to
Right,
go with.
nobody wanted to pit. It must have been that they were in the 80-90% range. So we'll have to remember that, even for 13 laps.
Yeah.
And that is surprising. I don't think it was like that in 22. That could be wrong though. I don't know. So Blockman now, that victory puts him very much in command of the tournament. Limitless, who was tied for first now, only manages fourth after that spin. And that spin was very costly because it was just past the pit entry, so he had to do a whole lap with a broken wing.
I'm gonna do some. What's up?
I'm just laughing about all those punctures.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I don't usually do math in public, but I'm going to quickly kind of look at Blockman. So Blockman now sitting at 69 points after that race. Reimer sitting at 26, so he moves up into fifth place. NLC with 15 points. That's going to put him at 42, so that will move him up into third. So he will retain third. Limitless not losing that, but Limitless will now only be at 57. So he is 12 points behind Blockman going into round 4 here at Spa.
Well, that spices things up a little bit, I think, because Blockman's pace is very, very strong, right? And so he's now has, it's all of CCRL playing Sergio for him, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the way it's working out now, and that puts real pressure on Limitless because he now needs first places. Because he has to count on Blockman grabbing second at least.
Yep.
And so that 12-point deficit is going to be tough to overcome.
Yeah, well, and it's twofold because what it does is takes pressure off Blockman and puts pressure on Limitless. So Blockman can afford to drive a little bit more reserved, not push those passes that don't need pushing, whereas Limitless is really going to have to hang him out there a little bit and risk a little bit more at this point. So, yeah, the tides have turned just a little bit.
Yeah, an interesting turn of events. And man, if you would have asked me what was going to happen on lap 10, I would have not said this. Let's go Reimer. Reimer managing second place. NLC, who drove really well, just drove the tread off those tires. Must settle for third. Limitless, an impressive, a comeback there into fourth place. I was thinking, will he get points? And of course, all the way into fourth place. Crazy good. Crazy good. And Leisig, who looks so nailed down, managing only fifth. A bit upsetting there. But Urban, SP, and Curveball having good races. 6th, 7th, and 8th for them.
Yep. Fantastic finishes for a lot of our CCRL guys.
Yeah, but Steam Milk, man, out of the points. Feeney too.
Yep. Anyote into the points.
Anyote into the point. Let's go, Anyote. Good driving there.
Yeah, Limitless and Urban, both in their home race there. Urban in 6th. That was a great finish for him.
Yeah. Yeah, both Mercedes again doing well.
We got some new names
All right,
in the
well,
chat. Jake F. and Charlie Reinberg rooting for Limitless and Blockman. So we appreciate you guys being here. We're getting the next race loaded up. It's in the chute. We're getting ready. These guys are getting ready to ready up, and we'll head into qualifying here shortly. But what do you got, Drez?
Let's. I was gonna say we take a little intermission because it's hot here and there's no AC, so I've been drinking this cooler of water, and I need a little bathroom
All
break.
right, that sounds great. Hey, folks, stick with us. We will be right back. We're heading into Belgium for qualifying, so don't go anywhere. We've got some incredible racing coming up here in just a few minutes.
See you in a minute.
Hey everyone, welcome back. This is CCRL. We are live. This is the Limitless tournament. We are round 2, race 2 of round 2, and we are getting qualifying started off here in Spa. Lots of guys piling out of the pits here, as I'm sure they will want as much practice as they can get around this, what is a monster of a lap here in Belgium. I believe so, yeah.
Is it the longest on the calendar? I think it is, right? Yeah. Man, I'm so dissatisfied with the finish. I mean, I know, like, I apologize to Limitless's fans. I'm a fan of Limitless too. I don't know if anybody caught the interview, but I thanked him for having such great videos for us to learn from. But you know, my heart is here with the guys I watch every week, and you know, so we're pulling for our guys in the David versus Goliath, and man, did it really feel like CCRL was gonna be able to pump its fists right there, lap 10, lap 11. It was thinking like at least a 1, 2, 3 CCRL,
Yeah,
you know,
it was like NLC, Merck,
and then it all just
and
evaporated.
Leipzig or something. The top three, Reimer. Yeah.
Reimer,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, with Leipzig in fourth. And then and then we were like, what's Blockman pitting for? Because he knows those tires weren't going to go to the end, and that many,
that's
man,
unbelievable.
that many punctures. It's yeah, well, it tells you something. It tells you because we've had 25 percenters in the wet before
Yeah.
that were wet all the way through, and we never see anything like that. I don't think, at least not in my time here. And I think Blockman was the only one that knew here in F123 it's not going to go to the end. But man, it just felt like the wrong call. I thought for sure he had a wing issue, but apparently it was absolutely the right call. Man. And Limitless coming back after that spin all the way to fourth place is still pretty impressive, must be said. And I gotta say, I'm a little worried when it comes to Spa. Not that I think we're gonna have an unclean race. I just think it's such a difficult track that it's almost as if like Singapore or Monaco, right? I wouldn't want it. Well, Singapore. Monaco, the difficulty in
Yeah.
passing might work in our favor
I still feel
overall.
like Limitless could probably, I don't know, pull a rabbit out of a hat at Monaco.
I wish we could get an exhibition, right? It's not right for the tournament, Monaco, because it the grid just. I think overall, all 20 people would have a hard time being as
Yeah.
locked in as they need
Yeah.
to be. New game, you know what I mean? At the hardest track. But man, I'd
Like a
love to see an
100%
exhibition.
race at
You know what I
Monaco
mean?
with Limitless.
No. Yeah, if he's gonna give us a 5 lap lead. No, a 25%er in Monaco. I think I'd enjoy that. So, man, it was a 41 and change
Oh, let
for
me pull it
Limitless
up
his
real
time
quick.
trial in
Yep.
Spa. Let me find that. 41-2. I got it. 41-2. Blockman, very quick with a 41-8. And it's Z-Milka's closest, 43 flat
His,
for
Leipzig looks to
CCRL.
be on a hot lap.
Yeah, so we'll go action 13.
Yeah, it's a new
Like the
design.
helmet.
You know whose helmet I was looking at that I really liked was Blockman's. Yeah, very cool looking helmet.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad there's no
Yeah.
more fish helmets. I was so tired of looking at fish helmets. Tired of the. I mean, the Mohawk idea is cool, but man, just one should have come out with a lot more of those. Yeah, it's a good one. That one feels very Hamilton to me. Blockman does. But Guzman now with a 42.5, again half a second faster than his nearest competitors. Guzman wanted to take points home tonight, but he's got a very
Yeah.
Daniel Rick
Yep.
helmet, I think.
I was
in that
thinking the
McLaren.
same thing.
Yeah. Mm. Okay. 42.5 on the board for Guzman. Z-Milk a 43 flat, and then it's a big step back. Curveball, John the Prince, NLC, everybody.
Yeah, and we kind of
Not
talked about
quite
this at the
sighted
beginning
in
of the
yet on
show
their
that
first
Spa's
laps.
one of those tracks where you're going to see a huge difference in the front of the field to the back of the field.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not Austria, that's for sure. Right. Austria requires absolute consistency because in the four turns that matter, there's long straights afterwards. But here in Spa, it's really a technical track with some very difficult corners. Getting Pulhone
Yeah,
right
it's a high speed,
lap after lap to
and
me seems very
you're
difficult.
on the limit, as it were, going through there. And to nail that one every time, you're right, takes a lot of practice.
Yeah. That's the corner I feel uncomfortable as I'm coming to it. There's always, maybe that's what we should. I guess the skill curve covers that. Is Pulhone the
Yeah,
skill
it's got to
curve
be Eau
here?
Rouge.
Or no, it's Eau Rouge. Yeah, it's Eau Rouge, obviously. But I feel more comfortable going into Eau Rouge than I do.
This might be the only track
Pulhone's the
where
one
our
that
signature
gets me.
turn and our skill turn are the same one.
Yeah, that's true. It is a signature car. If you're gonna pick,
Yeah,
if you're gonna
it's
pick
the
a turn
F1
that's
signature.
the signature in all F1. Yeah, yeah, it's just a beautiful curve, and it feels so different than any other turn out there. And man, does it chew up rookies. It chews them up and spits them out. I will be surprised if we don't get
it spits them out right out of Radion
victim here this
and right
evening.
into the wall.
Well, it's you call that section in Miami the mistake generator, but I say Eau Rouge is the
Yeah.
yellow flag, the safety car generator. So Blockman looking quick, 41.8. 41.8, that's 6/10 faster than Leipzig, who is again 5/10 faster.
Urban, yeah,
than
we were just
Urban.
we've just
Look
been
at
on
Urban
a
up
lap
there.
with Urban. He just set a 143 flat. It's a good time for Urban. Faster than Z-Milk.
Yeah, all right. It's officially time to start.
I've been
stop
on the
being
Urban train for a
surprised that
while.
Urban's up in that mix now. Yeah, really improving lately. That's fun to see. There's a lot of up and downs, man. People will have a run of 3 or 4 really good weeks, and then they're in the doldrums again, and I just like the.
I just got a text
every
from
week you're never
Limitless. He
really
said
sure
the
what you're
stream's
gonna
looking
get.
really good, so he must be watching.
Yeah, great. Hey, you know what? That's cool. And I wanted to say, I'll throw a big thank you out there. Just giving us the time and even coming in for the interview. What a special.
I made that
treat all
up, but then you
was.
got
A lot of
sentimental,
fun.
so now we got.
And
It was a joke, and then you just ran with it. No, I had to let you finish. But yeah, we do thank Limitless because this is an awesome thing he's doing for our league. So
yeah. You got me. You got me. Here I am feeling special. Blockman, Blockman with his 41.8 is looking like he's gonna be tough to beat. Anybody else?
And Dennis
let's
Moman in
find a
the
lap
chat
to watch
asking,
here.
is JD doing last to
On it.
first? JD, he's referring to Limitless. Yep, he is doing last to first. So
Yeah.
last race it wasn't all the way to first, but we assume in Spa he'll have a much better chance of that.
Yeah. Yeah. That one little error, that's all it took. Still managed to come back to fourth. And you know what? Man, he might have ended up suffering the same. Nah, I bet you he probably would have pitted with Blockman. Oh, man. Still no times from Barney, Agnote, Shashir. That's a bit surprising. We do want Limitless all the way in the back, so we need to get times on the board there.
And that is probably just due to probably track limits, if I had to guess. I'm sure they're out there trying to get a solid lap in and pushing hard. And obviously, if you go beyond track limits, that lap will be deleted. So they just got to get some time on the board, get a banker in, and then try and go out and really nail a quick one on.
Yeah. I'm on board
Let's
action
head that
17 with
direction.
Agnote right now. Heading down the pool hole, and man, getting points. Congratulations, Agnote. There's a lot of stiff competition out there. Comfortable. Had to lift a little bit on the second half of campus. Gets the power down out of the Stabilo fairly decent. He does have a problem because I think that's Z-Milk behind him, is it? Yeah, Z-Milk drafting down Blanchimont in the Ferrari.
Yeah, they're both on
think he'll be
flyers,
fine,
so he's
though.
not obligated to get out of the way for Z-Milk.
Yeah. Oh, Z-Milk into the pits though. Agnote does set a time, and now we're just waiting for Shashir, still in the pits. Everyone else with times on the board. We'll get on board with Guzman now. Can he answer?
Ooh, looked like he
No,
was almost
Guzman's lap
sliding
has
through
eliminated, so
the entrance of Puhan there.
yeah, and it's surprising he's still throwing it around because the lap is eliminated already. Though if he wants to
Yeah, he's
get
gotta
in
hurry
and out
and
for
bolt
one
on a
more, he
new
does
set of
need to rush
boots,
back to the pits.
if he wants to get another lap in. This is a long one.
It's gonna, yeah, a minute and 50, almost 2 minutes just to get around to start the lap. It's gonna be close. Urban starting a hot lap now. Let's take a ride around with Mercedes. Looked comfortable through Eau Rouge there. Can he find a little bit more time?
3/10 up on this lap. Well,
That's
up,
pretty
not
good,
down.
actually. 3/10 through sector 1. Oh, never mind. So then it's NLC is next. There goes Blockman coming out for his out lap. It does look like Lysick will have enough time, I think. Z-Milk's heading out as well. Though Z-Milk needs to find a fair amount of time to fight his way onto the front row.
He's
I don't
still
know if
sitting
Lysick's
there,
gonna
isn't he?
make it out for another go.
They may not have any new sets of tires left, and if he doesn't have a
Yeah.
new set, then
Yeah. Yeah, I think the 42.2 is what he's going to offer. So we'll wait for Z-Milk, so we'll catch that lap. NLC looks like he should be able to find some time. We'll ride around with the Williams now. NLC's been very consistent, except for the one big incident. Other than that, the driving his
Yep, yeah,
performance
his
has been really good
we
in
know he's
this
got
tournament.
pace. It's just man, the craziest things keep happening to him. He's he just cannot catch a break.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the memorable wreck of the tournament, but it shouldn't be because the performance has been pretty good, very good representation uh, of consistency and pace. Really throwing it into pull home looks very solid all the way around
And
that turn.
we'll get a good idea as he gets through Stavelot here as to where he's at on the lap. Ooh.
The half a second down, a big improvement.
Third at the
It'll be enough for maybe enough for third. Yeah. He just needs to get a really good bus stop.
looks pretty smooth through that section.
Yeah. 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 He'll be moving up. A big step forward for him. 42.6. As time runs out, that's good enough for third. Guzman did not need to come out and defend. I'm thinking maybe he didn't have the extra 4/10 and he knows it. And at that time holding up, Z-Milk now hot. Will he displace NLC? He needs to find a 10th.
He's
His
running
sector
into
two timeout will
traffic
be,
looks like it's getting
up
out of the
shortly.
way, so
Traffic. Yeah. Nice through Stabilo, over a 10th in hand. NLC will lose third if Z-Milk can hold on to these gains.
trying to see if anyone else possibly improving on the lap. Wow.
Well, Blockman did find 3/10 of 41.5.
Rapidly
even,
approaching
so very
Limitless's time
solid
trial time there with that 141.5.
Yeah. Yeah, a little upsetting. NLC or Z-Milk does find the time he needs to take that place back from NLC. It'll be Z-Milk in third, NLC fourth. The Mercedes are going to line up alongside each other unless Reimer is improving big time across the line. Reimer does sneak it out. Look at the
1/1000ths
Mercedes
between
times.
those two Mercedes.
Yeah. Urban and Reimer in the same car
they have
look
been.
like they've been practicing together. You know what I mean? Yeah, nothing between them. It's Barney in seventh and the curveball in eighth. That's the fourth row. Komakopa lines up alongside John the Prince. That'll be your fifth row. And Limitless all the way in the back. JD will have to fight his way through, but man, it's going to be a very tall order to keep him off. Now, you're right, though, because Limitless's time trial times of 41.2, and the Blockman 7/10 faster than the rest of CCRL's grid of 41.5. So a very good time from Blockman there. He may be tough to catch.
Like we saw last race, these guys who are quick are not immune to anything happening throughout the race. So we'll see what kind of strategy they can run. Maybe alternate strategy, tire strategy to get some pace over on Blockman and Limitless.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a wet Silverstone that finished kind of crazy for us, and Spa's drama.
Always.
Right? It's the most. I mean, other than maybe Monaco, I'm trying to think of maybe Canada. Canada can be pretty dramatic too. Spa's one of the most dramatic ones on the grid. And that's it, man. We'll have two of the 3 days in the books after this Spa to start in about a minute.
I am sorry, Drez. I was quickly making sure my replay button is ready to go because we might need it.
Remember, guys, we're still working on getting replays regularly, and I know it seems like a frustrating thing to share your crashes with us, but it helps tell the story of the race, and we want to see those videos coming in pretty consistently. We really like sharing the replays.
So once again, if you're joining us for this race, we have no formation lap still, so once they get their strategies set up, we'll be jumping right into action here.
Right into action. Fingers crossed. The source is not one of my favorite turn ones.
Yeah,
it's not as bad as Monza, but it's not as bad as Monza, but it is definitely a tight turn.
Yeah, Monza and Austin always seem to have turn one incidents. Always.
Yeah, I get Austin. You just can't see over the turn, right? And then like because of the way computer, like you can't look up, right? You're staring kind of forward at the ground as you're coming up that hill.
That hill in real life
it kind of throws people off a little bit.
The TV does not do it justice at all. I mean, it's crazy. It's like
it's like a ramp. It's like when you were 10 and one of your buddies had the ramp that everybody took their bikes onto.
Just the height of the hill and how fast these cars go up that. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's got to be so fun to drive. I think Austin's in my. Is it Austin? Yeah, Austin's the. If I had to choose one, if they were going to give me an F1 car for a day,
okay.
I think I'd choose Austin. Yeah. Okay. We are 1, 2, 3. Here we. Good luck, CCRL. Go! And Blockman has a very good exit. Leisig will follow. It's Z-Milk on the inside, but the McLaren's going to have the better exit. NLC holds on to fourth. It's kind of as you were on the start, and some trouble through La Source, but nobody spun around.
So
Limitless
making up a little bit less positions than we normally see him do on a start.
Yeah, I'm trying to be safe probably. Action 3 as Z-Milk just thinking about fighting with Leisig here very early. Take a look at tires real quick. It's mediums down to NLC. Reimer opting for the hards. There's an outside strategy for us. Urban has moved.
So what
up
is
into
Reimer
fifth
doing here? A
place
one
and
stop, a
passed
no
Curveball.
stopper? I'm confused.
Well, he may just like the way those hards feel for his driving style, or definitely wants to do a stint on the softs. But I would think mediums to softs.
I don't know. We'll see. The
here.
AWS tire strategy just came up and said prime strategy is medium to hard. So I mean, he might be onto something. And that's very possible,
the
yeah.
Softs must last one lap. I'd be surprised there. Mediums to hards. One lap excuse me, 1 lap down, and Limitless has already moved up into 11th place. Let's go ahead and head back there. The Aston Martin now on the inside of Comacopa does get the pass done through La Source. Up ahead, it's Feeney and Barney. They're side by side as they head down to Eau Rouge. Will somebody give? It does. Barney does fall back. Now Limitless will chase them both down the Kimmel Straight. Steps out, but defensive. No, he's going to get both passes. No, does slip back. Oh, but around campus, deep on the brakes is Feeney, and Limitless slips through fairly
Yeah, it looked
easily.
like it was going to be,
passes
you
down,
know, a
down that
disaster
straight.
for a second, but he's managed to make his way through up into 8th already.
Limitless on the softs as well.
Yeah, so if those softs aren't going
Now
long,
faces
he's gonna
Reimer
make
on the
he's gonna have to
hards.
make a lot of these passes again if he's on a two stopper.
There's no way. It's 11 laps. God, there's no way.
You know, I didn't think the intermediates would only last 11 laps, but we might be surprised.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Reimer managing to hold him off down Blanchimont a little bit and actually backing out because we have a safety
Coming out
car.
of,
Somebody's had some trouble.
yeah,
It's Hemphead.
Coming out of Stavelot.
Coming. Yeah, and finding a wall, Hemphead, and now under the safety car. We should be pitting here. Yeah, most of the pack making it in. It's Blockman, Guzman, Curveball, and Reimer that don't find their way into the pits.
Oh,
and double stacking is Feeney. So Limitless lucky to get that pass done on Feeney when he did. Or he would have been the one double stacking there. That's impressive. So a lot of hards going on. Limitless.
yeah, I would
goes
think
for
the hard
medium
goes
here.
from here all the way.
Yeah, hard for sure goes all the way to the end. I mean, the game hasn't changed that much from 22.
Yeah, I don't know.
hope.
This is
But man, now I feel like Z-Milk, NLC,
Yep.
Urban, all in very good position right now. And Blockman, Leisig, Curveball, they're cursing the fact that they were not able to get in.
yeah, I think Reimer's in a great
Get
position
the pit
starting
stop
on those
done.
hards because I would be very surprised if this is the only safety car we get.
Yeah, it could still work out for him, but man, no, he's not going to have any gap with NLC only 5, or I'm sorry, with Limitless only 5 cars back. And a pit stop still to do.
Z-Milk maybe
Man, it just seems like a
in
full
the
plate.
best. Oh, and here we go. Blockman coming in. Leisig.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
there they are.
Curveball and Reimer should pit as well, I would think, yes. Because you just have to pull the Band-Aid off. You've already been caught out. You just have
And
to
they
get
may
it
be
done.
okay. They may retain their positions here because this is the way this pit lane empties out. Yep.
Yeah, it's a fast stop, and you forget just how long it is for everybody else to get back around. So Blockman does retain first place. Guzman holds on to second. It's Z-Milk now in third, but with a slightly older tire, just ever so. John the Prince with no.
Yeah, he's the only one that has not pit
the
yet.
only person who has no pit. So he'll be out of contention towards the end of this race, unfortunately. Limitless now in ninth place. Call it eighth for John the Prince's pit. He's got 7 people that he needs to get legitimate passes on. And there will only be 6 laps
Yeah.
after the safety car comes in. So he's going to have to do slightly more than 1 pass per
Who opted for
per
the
lap in order to
mediums?
take
Curveball could be in a
And he
very good
does-
position here. And Reimer. I think the mediums go the rest of
Curveball
the
and
way.
Reimer both on. Yeah. Well, Limitless tends to agree with you, I think. Now I'm just questioning everything after the way those intermediates played out. I don't want to be solid on any of my guesses here. But yeah, especially if there's another safety car, I think mediums will definitely go. But there's only 6 laps. I kind of hope there's not another safety car. I'd like
Lights
to
are
see
out
it
on that
all the
safety
way to the
car.
finish from here.
So it'll be in this lap. Yep.
Okay, backing up the field is Blockman. I think we'll stay on board with Limitless here. He's got to get 7 passes done. He's got
It's gonna be
about
tight.
6 laps to do it. Yeah, and he has to. If Blockman takes a win here and extends the disparity between him and Limitless with only 2 more races to play for, it's gonna be tough to overcome for Limitless. And away goes Blockman through, and man, just getting backed up a little bit by Reimer as we head in. Limitless now on the gas. Will be on the outside of Reimer through La Source. Oh, squeezing him hard and getting the pass done. Reimer. He left him space, but it was not a
that
gentle
pass was a
pass
little
at all.
heavy-handed.
Limitless through into 8. I think because I don't know if it was enough space to be. Oh, very deep. Reimer missing his break into Campos or into
Look, Holmes.
Campus. I said Campos. Like Holmes, thank you. I can get my campuses down the track a little bit. All right, Limitless now has Urban and Curveball ahead. And really, these guys need to not be fighting each other. They need to be both of just driving as fast as they can, I would hope.
Oof.
Oh, just wide through Stavilo and an easy pass. Limitless now into 7. Urban just missing.
Yeah, it almost looked like Urban
through the entry
opened the door and rolled out the red carpet and was just standing there with a bottle of wine, just inviting Limitless right on by.
Yeah, we don't need to make him any more pleasant than it already is. Curveball not getting the power down. It's going to be another deep on the brakes and squeeze on the inside and around the outside of La Source. And there goes John the Prince. Cannot get the power down hard enough, and Limitless is through two drivers just through turn 1.
He gets it done.
Pretty good. Gets it done. Ahead, it's NLC, Z-Mill, Guzman, Blockman. These are the strongest drivers, at least for this tournament, for this day. It's 1.8 ahead. NLC, Z-Mill fighting. Guzman is giving Blockman a run for his money. And, man, that's pretty decent giving.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of disparity between their qualifying times, but Guzman with the race pace. And we talked about this earlier. His consistency is second to none.
Yeah. Leipzig definitely can get the job done. But you have to wonder if Blockman just preserving his tires and pacing the field a little bit here. Well, I'd have to go up and watch that fight, but I'm very intrigued at what NLC and Z-Milk are up to just ahead of Limitless as we head down Blanchimont one more time. It's the end of lap 6. 4 laps remain. 4 racers
And
remain to be
DRS
passed by
comes
Limitless.
online for this lap.
Man, so you've got to think Limitless is thinking the Kimmel straight for these 2 cars ahead. He needs to get a really good run down one of the hardest.
Both Z-Milk and NLC on the harder tire, so they're not going to get the drive out of Radeon like Limitless will. And we're 3 wide down the Kimmel Straight.
Man, yeah, Z-Milk the sandwich in that. He's the bologna in that sandwich for a minute, but it did look like both NLC and Limitless got the better exit through Eau Rouge, and they're both through, but it is, as you might expect, Limitless faster than all 3 of them.
Oh, that was unbelievable.
Gets another double pass. Very clean though. 3 wide into Lake Holmes and still managed to have all 3 still on track.
Taking a hit here.
Oh man. Right when I was talking about everybody's still on track. Just an unforced error because Z-Milk looks untouched. Okay. So lap 7 now, it's 3.4, and Limitless has made his way up into 3rd place. He still has Leipzig and Blockman to pass. And he has to find 3 seconds before
out.
he is within attack range.
Yep, safety car for Feeney. So we're going to have like a last lap shootout, Drez.
Yeah, it'll probably come in... Man, it's probably going to be like a 1-lap safety car. If you're pitting, you'd better get it done quick, because it usually comes in with 2 laps.
If I'm Blockman,
to go,
I'm definitely coming in for
5,
softs right now.
Whenever it does like this,
100%.
Think about this.
And if I'm Leipzig, I'm definitely coming in because we got nothing to lose. He's right. Yep.
Yeah, because Limitless will be right on your tail, and you know he's faster.
We'll see what these guys do.
But Reimer SP, maybe even Z-Milk still within the pit window, right? So it could get pretty hairy if you do elect to pit. I know Blockman a little upset because he was probably counting on that 3.4 second gap to give him the cushion, right? He had a cushion back to Limitless.
Yeah,
and now
unfortunately,
that's
that is going to be erased.
Limitless has been on those mediums for a while as well. You have to think maybe
this is such a long lap back around here as we finally kind of get back to the pits.
Yeah. Very eager to see what they decide to do. Into the pit goes Blockman. Limitless, or Guzman follows Limitless also into the pits. Reimer now. Maybe the only one who could take over a bunch of positions decides to stay out. SP also staying out. What will Z-Milk do? Z-Milk is into the pits. Z-Milk stays out. Coma stays out. So, and through is Reimer. No! Is that true? That came out. Does Reimer get ahead? Does not appear. That
Oh,
a little
no.
surprising there. Oh no. I think there was the little jockeying. I
Well,
don't think they ran into each other. I think there was
Leipzig
just
most definitely
confusion
did run into the back of
about who was
someone, and he
ahead.
has no front wing now.
Man, God, Leipzig looked nailed down in qualifying.
Oh, man.
He's upset right now.
That's awful.
Uh,
I mean, that's just awful.
yes, this is a bad taste in your mouth. It's not. That's not the way. Not the way you wanted to see Leipzig's race go. Now, look, in terms of like whether or not the CCRL as a team to beat Limitless has done exactly what they needed to do, because it's Reimer and SP did make it through and are in front of Limitless. So Blockman not affected. I would have said, Leipzig not affected except for whatever happened there. But we got two more people in front of SP. I'm sorry, in front of Limitless with only about 2 laps to go. So I think we may have just managed
I
to
think
help
that's all
Blockman
we've
out a little
done.
bit. I think that's how this is going to shake out.
And safety car is going to be in this lap.
Frustrating. Yeah, and SP and Reimer on old tires and Limitless fresh softs. Yeah, so really can Limitless catch Blockman now? This question I'm actually kind of interested in. So, oh man, it just shot in the foot there with that wing damage.
Ouch.
That's so frustrating. Yeah. Tough. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Both of these races have been a bit of a tease, right? We really thought we were in really good shape, and then just something that right on the last lap happening where it kind of takes it away. Blockman is away. It will be the beginning of lap 10. 2 laps remain. Already Limitless. A good exit on SP will be ahead. And just almost ahead before the start-finish line. Needed to be careful there. SP trying to battle back, but cannot get
Yeah, and
power
Lysak's
down
going to
out of
be
the source
no
into
issue
fourth.
as he doesn't
He's
even have a front wing really to be able to maneuver.
Yeah, and man, taking a little bit of Eau Rouge, because he probably kept his nose clean the whole time. Could cut one corner and chose to do it, and oh man, and got the spin because he was just trying to keep the power in with no wing. That's just wasn't going to end well. Limitless on the podium now. He's got Reimer ahead, and Blockman's got 3 seconds. He's driving off into the distance. Limitless will need to clear quickly and then get
Reimer's not going to let
down.
him by easily. He's going to keep it clean, but...
Ooh, man. That was a pass. Campus just slithered in around the outside of the first turn, had the inside line on the second one, and nothing Reimer can do, just slips back. 1 lap, 3.3 seconds. Can Limitless do it? It is a very big ass. Blockman has
Reimer
been
trying
on
to go
his
for
game
the
tonight.
pass in the grass. No, not the fastest way around.
Though, unfortunately, it doesn't look like. Reimer wanted it back. You could tell. Still 3.3. Blockman's got the lead he needs to hold Limitless off. It does appear.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much sealed the battle up there. I've moved back to Reimer and Z-Milk for this last podium position.
Z-Milk finding his way through. And a spin from Merck, that's costing him a couple places. Now to 3.1. Limitless is gaining. He just
Yeah, he
needs
lost.
one
He
or two
lost a
more
lot of
laps.
time under both those safety cars. The race nearly cut in half. So
Yeah. Yeah, tough. It's a tough situation for a back to front when the safety cars kind of get in the way a little bit. But up 16, Limitless definitely fastest man on track, 2.8 now. He's made up about half a second on this lap. But just needed one or two more laps and a little DRS help into the bus stop chicane. Limitless will follow across the finish line. It's Blockman taking victory from Spa. Limitless from the back into second place. He's followed home 4 seconds behind by Z-Milk, and then the Mercedes of Reimer. SP has had a good day. He finishes in 5th. Curveball quietly nice today in 6th place. NLC struggling in Spa. Bows back 3 places to 7th. Merck up 7. A good race from him. 8th. Barney in the points, as is Urban, 9 and 10.
so everyone
There.
promoted actually as
Man,
who came across the line and actually
crazy.
promoted Anyote into the points as well.
No kidding. Oh, Barney. What, DNF? What happened there? I thought he was in the points. Oh, Barney must have not been across the line. Something happened right at the end. Driver of the day is Limitless. That seems pretty fair. Doesn't it? Man, I'm still sore about the up and down roller coaster that Silverstone was. I really thought we were going to have a little something to crow about there in the wet. But dead tires telling the stories there at the end.
Quite a few punctures.
What, 6 punctures? Obscene number of punctures, and just taking away all those wonderful points CCRL had in their hand. Limitless, a little bit of a spin, but recovered into 4th, and here in Spa, safety cars slowed his attack down, only managing 2nd place, and it's Blockman with the most points coming out of day, 2 first places in a row. He's just too fast with too much advantage in this tournament with Limitless in the back, and he'll be tough. He'll be
2
very
races
tough,
left,
to
and
beat.
Limitless on
Only 2
the
races
back
remaining.
foot chasing Blockman. So it's going to be interesting.
Gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Leipzig having a rough day. And given the way he was showing up compared to the way he normally is against the rest of the grid, he was very much practiced and locked in. He wanted a fight against Limitless today, and just didn't pan out for him.
Yep, such are the
tell.
woes. They come and go in racing, and some days it's your day, some days it's not. So
Yeah. Yeah. Some days it's not. Rough. Man, I was so excited about Silverstone, and I'm probably gonna
so
be
next
upset about it
week
for a
we
little
got
bit.
Japan and Austin.
Yeah. Japan feels good. Austin, it feels like Spa here. Like it doesn't seem to be a track that's gonna help us defeat.
Nonetheless, it should provide for some good
Limitless
racing
here.
and overtaking. So I'm excited.
Yeah. It was a fun time, regardless, and some very impressive passes there from Limitless. Hats off there. Thanks for joining us. If you stuck around this far, come consider hanging out with us on Wednesday nights. The grid is a
we'll
lot
be
of
back
fun,
Wednesday
a
night
lot
for
of good
Elite Tier,
stories.
and we will be back next Sunday at 5 for the last round of the Limitless tournament. We'll have updated points for that starting next week, and hopefully, I would think we could probably get some live points there at the end of the show to figure out who's taking what cash home at the end of this tournament next week. So. Look forward to seeing everyone back here. We appreciate you. And on behalf of Dresden, I've been Trackside. Keep living life to the checkered flag, folks. We'll see you next time. RL, your place for F1 23.